Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Beyond the Case. My guest today is from my cohort in OPM 67. His name is Lucas. Hey, Lucas, how are you?
Hey, Sohin, thank you. Thank you to invite me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Hey, Lucas, do you just want to introduce yourself, your business as well, and tell us about what you do?
Okay, so my name is Lucas. I'm 3 years old in Brazil. And this company is Brasil Paralelo. It's a tech company in media market, entertainment, education, and media market in Brazil. I founded with two co-founders 10 years ago, the business company, with only $2,000. And now our revenue is always profitable, bootstrap, and our revenue is plus than $40 million in these 10 years, 100 bootstrap. And we made our first round of investment this year. So we're looking for opportunities to make the company international.
Incredible. And you've built one of the largest streaming platforms in Brazil. I believe you have over
Yes.
800,000 paying subscribers.
Yes, 800,000 paid subscribers.
So, firstly, could you share the name of your company and also talk about what gave you the idea that you want to start this company in the first place?
Yeah, so Brazil is a very big country with more than 200 million people, and we have a very difficult context in the politics. So, a lot of parades to impeach the president. The president at that time is Dilma Rousseff of Labour Party, and we, as a citizen, I'm involved with parades in the streets. So I realized that all the people that went in the streets to protest against the government, like 6 million people, don't have nothing to mainstream media because they just the alignment. So social media was more ideas, more people talking about the ideas at every place in the world. So we started to produce. Our first insight is, okay, million people protesting against the government in the streets and doesn't have nothing to see on the TV with perfect fact checking and so on. So we started to produce this around the internet and with different editorial, communication and entertainment like documentaries and so. We made it with high quality standards of value of production. And we launched on the internet and we made like $500,000 that we started just with 2K. So it's very good start. So we need to, because at the beginning it's just a project, let's see, it's growing at the time. So it was very well succeed. Starting to think, okay, let's make a company. All the money to partners, we reinvest all the money. So we start to make a YouTube channel, Instagram channel, social media first, and there's a make more course, more educational products. And in 2022, we opened a streaming platform to subscribe. We start to buy movies with MGM, Sony, big companies with high-end process of selection.
Your content now reaches 30 million unique viewers in a year. And so, what have you learned about storytelling that actually changes culture and does not just entertain?
Okay, so a very important question. Why our content is very well succeed in social media? Why millions and millions of people watching everything that we launched? Because of storytelling. You gave the right word, okay, the right context. When a content, you need to understand that people are looking for fun, but not just fun. They waiting that's something in this content, whispering something in their ears, like a good tip for your life, like a value for your life. And the content shapes our culture is a belief that I have. Like if you think the Disney company, the animation company in the United States that made these incredible movies, as Lion King and so on. If you look, the children that born and raised in culture provided by Disney, especially in the children, you see that a lot of like fight against the life and there's remember who you are is provided by this type of content and not just for formal education process like high school, and so on. So I believe that this content through entertainment, through education. There is more value at the beginning of your life and a lot and while your trajectory is going on than just education process. When you see a movie, what's your idea about hero? Hero sacrifice yourself to save another people. It's about values. So values in content shapes culture. When people doesn't see your own values in the code, there is a disconnection, there is a gap, and our company tried to fix this gap. So we try to put your hands and foot on the ground and understand the people and represent the values of the people in the content is the key of the business, of course, 100%.
Great. And so now you're launching the Big Picture Originals in the US. What has been most surprising is the difference that you observe between operating in the Brazilian media ecosystem and now entering the American one.
Okay, so as I said, when we made our first round of investment, we are looking for international opportunities to make ourselves international. So it's the reason that I went OPM to improve my English, to understand the context of a lot of cultures, different cultures around the world. And we started by United States because, of course, it's the biggest market and a lot of people use English content for everything. I think that my main surprise with different cultural backgrounds is actually very equal. People are very equal. If you can go to the India, you can go to the China, to the Saudi Arabia, in Russia, UK, United States, Canada, Brazil, Mexico, OPM, 158 entrepreneurs around the world. And when you start to talk with the peoples, you see the same concerns, the same purpose, the same ideas, the same problems, the same conflicts. I think that we have something universal in the human being. When we talk about values, when you talk about ethics, ideas, we are touching this kind of layer, not if you like hamburger or not. We are talking about what do you believe that makes the life worth it. This is a very, very profound.
What do you believe investors misunderstood about your business early on that you think they understand now?
Good question. Even here in the podcast is difficult because we have two layers of the business. One layer is very soft to introduce. Is our growth, is our profits, is our P&Ls, is how we use data to explain the company, look these dashboards, and so sounds very good, very, very media tech, okay? It's amazing, amazing growth, amazing, all a loyal public, amazing. When the investors start to ask why you have this loyalty, why you have all this audience, why you break all these players with billions of dollars of investment, it's very difficult to explain that's about values and culture. No, because I understand what people believe in, and I represent that. And the legacy media players don't believe in the same way. I need to say that I don't believe that you buy things like super light things like not water or petroleum, not commodities, but this type of consumption designed by desire. You buy the products because you see yourself in the brand that offered the product. You need to see yourself in the brand. Sometimes you don't have connections with the brand and you buy because it's good. But if merge a brand that represents you, that you see yourself as a part of this brand. Okay, this brand, I want to act like this brand. If you see yourself in this way, you will buy this brand, not another ones, not another commodities. So Netflix could make a lot of products with the same editorial, let's say, that my company. And in some case, they do that. Very well succeed. They do that. But the people doesn't see Netflix in this way. They see with attributes. And all the market that see my brand with these attributes that doesn't represent Netflix, amazing attributes in Netflix, is not the point. But the point is, okay, I wanted the attributes of the Brazil Parallel represent. And what is this type of attribute? Courage. Courage to say the truth. Courage to make an investigation very uncomfortable. Entrepreneur independent editorial, independency. You need independency. So these attributes is not about Netflix. Netflix is about high quality, very friendly. It's not the same. So these two places in the wallet of the customer. And it's very difficult to explain for the investors that your main difference is about brand, communication, and values. Because you can put this very clear in the free cash flow. You can put in the balance in this way. It's very difficult to make a valuation of this process. So, but if you are doing this good, your free cash flow will be an advantage, 40% of it, something like that, that will represent all these things that you are explaining. So there is a sort of faith in some part of the process, but I believe that results could represent very well.
Very well said. I believe your target in the US is to grow to 100,000 subscribers, correct? That's a very bold target. And so, what is your mental model when you think about entering a new market like this and gaining the confidence to have such an audacious goal? Could you walk us through that, please?
I think that the first step of the process is to hire or find a partner with local culture. Something that you want to spend your time, you want to make a conversations, something with open-minded that can recall them standards and explain the difference and so on. And with some experience, I think that is good. Could be very experienced guy or not, doesn't matter. But you need to find something somebody local. Is my belief. So the second step that I need to say that sounds important is don't start too heavy if you don't have any knowledge. You never have any knowledge, but all the knowledge. But if you any knowledge, don't start heavy. Fail fast. Start. Launch something. Trying to sell something. Even that you have just small sales, you can understand the standard of no's and yes in this process and start to think, okay, what's happening here? So start fast with some local people. Don't take your employees in Brazil and go to India to start a market, Go to India, hire Indian people, explain the process, and start small. Start to selling something just to discover things like MVP or something like that, and find the process and improve every day. At the end, I think that the founder or CEO, it depends of your structures, need to do that. I don't believe that the internet to make an innovation process could random guy hired. It's not my case. I don't know about another companies, but I don't believe in this. The size of company, I don't buy it.
Your business has a freemium model, correct?
Yeah.
So, building a freemium ecosystem that combines content, technology, and a community is extremely difficult. And so, where do you think most other media companies get this wrong? And what do you think you are doing differently?
The first thing that I need to, another media companies usually started like 100. So they are very good companies, but they have these assets, old assets. They need to manage like thousands of employees. They don't born in digital era. So it's difficult. I see very well the case. I have a lot of friends that run big media companies in more oldest way. So I understand the problem. Okay, it's not just lazy things or something. It's very important to make a community, because when I talking about need to see your values in this brand and believe that this brand represent yourself to buy this company. When I talking about that, look, what's the ways, what's the paths to see that? First thing, advertisement. You can just do it. My company represent this. Okay, it's good. But the second way, and I believe that's very, very better, luxury market use this all the time. What type of people are using my product? What type of people? When you have a community, other people can see your community and, look, these guys consume content. And they look smart, they look responsible, they look so well. So I want to consume content too. This is the value of community, it's free advertisement. free advertisement. Reduce your cost of acquisition, reduce all your costs, and so on. Okay, but what do you need to do as a company to make and grow a community? First thing, very simple. You need to say it. Very simple. We believe in this, and this, and we are going to in this way to find this place. So Brazil always say in all advertisements, propaganda, and all the content, look, we are asking the values, the good values, ideas, and feelings in the heart of all Brazilian people. We always saying the same in all video, in all post. Our mission is to rescue good values, ideas, and faith in the heart of all Brazilian people. So people start to understand, okay, values is more about values than entertainment. It's the first step of knowledge. And then we show the content. Again, not the same phrase, but proof the content. And then you see the comments on YouTube, Instagram, X, and so on. You see the comments, and there's another people that believe in that saying again, thank you, Brazil Paralelo. Your content needs to be viewed on the schools because it's very important. So everybody understands it. Everybody understands it, but you need to say it. It's about being media business. There is another business more complicated, but if you're in the media business, you need to I believe that you need to be very transparent with your beliefs. Because if you don't, it's difficult to trust in you. It's difficult to trust you. And if you seek some guy crazy as me and my partners that put the finger in another, ask him, okay, what's your belief? What's your belief? Tell to people, because I'm telling my belief. You'll find a gap in the market. So I think that second step is to show through your product. Don't be scary to provide content free, to provide products free, experience free. Because if you are doing this well, it's very better than advertising. If you trust in your product. If you trust in your product, do it. If you are a product-centric company, do it. If you are not, maybe it's not your best strategy.
What led you to OPM at the Harvard Business School? And what were some of your biggest takeaways from that program?
Takeaway I already said. A lot of people think very similar way. Different countries, but the same concerns and so on. So it's okay. But when I talk with a lot of amazing guys, bigger than me, very bigger than me, I saw that you need to be soft with life. You know, it's normal thing. You broke sometimes. You can't achieve your results. Maybe it's not in the way that you want it, and you need to be. You need to keep your persistence. Persistence wins hard skills. You need to be persistent, but don't be sad and rude with the process. Make all the things with a kind of smile. Put a smile in your face to fight against the challenge in your life, okay? Because you keeping this for 15 years. When I talk with like a guy with like Marcelo, Filippo, a lot of guys there, guys that like 30 years more than me, 20 years more than me, in the same trajectory, big results, and they are facing problems right now, biggest problem than me. So I don't feel myself allowed to be scary and angry with my problems, because in the next 20 years will be the same, probably bigger. So put a smile, don't be rude. I know that sounds very soft skill thing, but I think that's important, because one more day and you forget to count. So just be soft. Persistence and soft.
Those were your biggest takeaways from the OPM program?
Yes, of course, because you have a lot of skills that I try to apply in my company. No doubt, about new ways of working and so on. Okay, it's very good, and I believe in that. Could make you a profit, but what's the mindset? What's behavior that support all the thing? Because if you take this part of the way, more soft skill, when you try to apply something in your company and people know they are not following my new ways of working that I do, I saw my professor in Harvard talking about that. When you try and fail, you be angry, sad, and start to scream, no, my employees are very dumb. I don't believe that. It's not the right process. You need to understand how to make it persistence. And when you see people with more trajectory than you, more size company than you, more results than you, with bigger problems than you, in age, different countries, okay, maybe the problems, the bad surprise in the life is forever. If it's forever, why you make it in this way? Why you are feeling your heart exploding every time that something bad happens, So find good partners, find good people, put the right people on the bus, and let them to drive. I really believe in this process, and all my mindset are shaped during the OPM, seeing these guys that I admire so much. So I believe that's the main takeaway is, okay, everybody has problems. Let's make fun of that.
I love it. I love the fact that you found biggest takeaways in your approach towards your business, approach towards life and your mindset. Absolutely beautiful. My last question for you is there a book which has shaped your mindset that you want to talk about? The book that you might have read?
Yes, no doubt. I'm a reader. I love to read. I think that best book that shaped my mindset is Talio, because they talk about radical transparency, very, very difficult, but you can see that I'm trying. So I record all the meetings here in my business company, all the meetings in all the rooms are recorded and put in the data drive to search it on AI, and everybody could find some inappropriated quote of the CEO of something, I believe that radical transparency. If you want to talk something, talk to everyone. And I'm trying to apply it because Ray Dalio is the guy that made the biggest returns in the market. So if can do that, my small company can do that. So very important book, principles. There is a lot of I talk in here. Another very important book for me is My Life and Work by Henry Ford. I think that I don't need to introduce Henry Ford, but Henry Ford is the big in the automobilistic market, the founder of Ford, and he wrote a kind of diary, My Life and Work, and he talks about what he learned during the process. And I think it's a very, very heavy book to understand how you face your life and how it wins everything. Because a lot of times his competitors, there is more money, more time, more experience, are more smooth. Despite that, Henry Ford is the guy that transformed all the world with your cars on the streets. Henry Ford is the guy that supports the United States to fight a war. Henry Ford is the guy in the high-level table around the world. His words, he do all these things just with persistence every time. Sleeping the same table. So I really love it.
Incredible, Lucas. I just want to give you huge props because you, at a very young age, have acted on what seems like a gut emotion you had about bridging the gap between cinema, which is a medium, to bring forward education and politics in a clean way. And it seems you've converted that into a commercially successful model. So huge props to you, kudos, and thank you again for taking the time to talk to us today about all of this.
Thank you, Sohin. Congratulations for spread content and trying to do the same with your audience. It's a pleasure to be here and count on me.
Amen. Be well.